Is audio okay? If anyone can confirm. We are waiting for 1 or 2 more minutes before starting the stream. Let's wait for anyone else who wants to join. One more minute and we start. Finally, Bitcoin has started moving, so we have what to talk about. Before jumping into the charts, uh, as you may know, I have last stream I have talked about a giveaway that I'm about to do. Hasn't yet announced it. One of the rules that is gonna be if you want to participate on the giveaway, you have to be registered on the BTCC exchange. They one of the oldest exchange on the crypto market. Also, if you want to trade stock market or commodities, you can trade them on only on leverage on BTCC exchange. 12 years now operating. Many rewards and campaigns are there. If you're lucky enough, you can be one of the winners of big prizes on it. You can trade there using my referral link, where you can be part of many rewards and trade with the lowest fees on market. Use it if you like the content I share here or on my Telegram channel or on a Twitter account. And thank you for the support. Um, let's continue to the charts. So, different from other streams, this stream as Bitcoin is moving right now, I'm about to start from the lower time frames, short-term trades, what I think that price is about to do. First of all, I just want to talk about and tell you a reminder that everything shared on this live stream and on videos or my Telegram channel, my Twitter channel, everything shared there is not a financial advice. It's just my thoughts of how market is gonna play out. So always do your own research and manage your own risk. Starting with lower time frames, I want to mention now that as the way it looks, Bitcoin right now is breaking down, and the potential targets that I'm looking are those lows here, which on this chart looks like they are taken out. But on if you want to look at the lows and the highs or liquidity stands, you do not use those kind of charts that are not perpetual, because lows and highs are usually chasing and looks to be taken down on future charts, on leverage trading, and not on spot. So what I want to mark out here is since the this area of consolidation, breakdown, another area of consolidation, here another breakdown. Now what price did? Well, I'd like to call this move here as an fake move, because look, we couldn't manage to hold it for, I don't know, even one retest. So in my opinion, not anything, nothing is bullish, nothing is bearish for now. Uh, Nothing is bullish because we are under a key resistance area, which comes around 26k, and we are above. Let me just clean this chart for the moment. Okay, so for the moment, it's clean. In my opinion, it's clean. The resistance area, which was acting as support for around, I don't know, maybe to 1 week, 1 week and a half, bearish tested, and now it's breaking down. What I want to mark out is that whole this zone here, the whole zone here is choppy zone, and you can be wrecked easy because that resistance area, and we are talking about a macro support area. I'm marking out this zone here as macro support, 25.2, 24.8 macro support area, but it stays indecisive and choppy zone until 24.2, 24.3, this zone here. So if you want to have a clean idea on what Bitcoin is about to do, or what it's where it's gonna move, in my opinion, you have to wait daily close above this zone here, targeting first this zone, and second probably even those highs, or get close under this zone, 20k zone. In my opinion, it's gonna go and fill all this inefficiency on the left side, and maybe we're gonna go down pretty bad on daily chart, and the key zones that I'm actually monitoring where we can, let's say, bounce is macro mid range, making it on blue, and from this zone to the macro, I want also to take out this one here, making it a dashed line, not a straight one, as mid of here and here, mid of this big range. So in my opinion, the cleanest areas are if we get acceptance above here on short term, or if we get acceptance under this zone here, target 1, target 2. It's easy enough, it's clean enough in my opinion, nothing complicated. This one, those scenarios here also play out on the macro, but I will talk later about it. Now, let's check it on lower time frames. On lower time frames, what we have is the key resistance area that I talked about on the 12-hour or daily time frame, and the key support one, which looks like it's breaking down. I'm gonna mark it on a blue. this zone here. This is the mini range that we have been playing. This one here. Since we broke down of this zone, green zone, we have been just choppy zone on this area here. Now it looks like he's breaking down. Also confluent with this low time frame trend line that I used before, and it's going down. Where are my reversal areas on short term? On short term, my reversal area is 25.2 or 25,250. Why 25,250? Because if we see where the liquidity stands, we see that last week's low are yet to be taken out, and my alerts are here. Probably, if we talk about liquidity and bounce on the macro zone, that was the 25.2 until 24.2k. I think that there is a big probability that we all take out all those lows here, bounce on the macro support, and short-term dead cat bounce, taking out Monday's high and those equal highs here. Monday's high is around this zone, also taking out those highs here. This is a potential scenario. All is confluent on the macro support area and those last week's low here. Potential scenario, take the lows, go take the highs. Next, on short term on Bitcoin, what I'm looking at is that, well, I don't know if we're gonna go and take the highs. As I said, highs were around here because you see, every chart gives you a different kind of view. If you look at the liquidity one, it gives you that 25.250 is gonna bounce and go towards 26.1. But you have to use all the tools that you have on your setup that you are looking at. You have to use all the tools to be more confident on the trade you want to take. Because let's say you only use the liquidity short. If you use only the liquidity short, you're gonna long the 25 250 zone and targeting 26.1. But how I how I think I'm gonna play out this one. We have this zone here as the mini range high, mini resistance area, and the zone here on a 4 hour or 12 hour as the mini support area, the whole zone here. So if we get the scenario that I mentioned, taking those lows here, 25 250, bounce on this zone here, invalidation would be clean. My invalidation is that if we do not have a good reaction on this zone, leaving a wick with immediate bounce, I don't think that I'm gonna long it. And if we get close under those lows here, which are confluent with the last week's low, also I'm gonna wait for on lower time frames. Normally, I'm gonna wait for a reclaim of last week's low, and it means something like this. Bullish deviation, this here would be my trigger with invalidation back under this zone. But if I'm gonna long that, my first target would be this zone, which was previous range low on the mini range, but also uh, I don't know yet, it hasn't broken down, yet it's not confirmed. But if this 4 hour candle closes under it, in my opinion, there is big probability that we're gonna go towards this zone and then we see what happens. If I long here, I'm saying if I long, it depends on the reaction here. If I'm gonna long this, my first target will be 25,600. Second target would be 25.9, and the final target where I'm gonna okay, first target here, I put stops on my entry zone, break even. Second target here, maybe I trim some, and here is the final target. not only directly targeting this zone here, because we cannot go towards here without passing this previous range low, still as a range low, because as I said, not confirmed yet on the breakdown, and the daily and 12-hour resistance, key resistance area in my opinion. So on short term, these are my thoughts. About liquidity, where liquidity stands, it's all about this zone here and this zone here for the moment. I mentioned it on my Telegram channel. I just want to mark out also the Monday's low on this chart. It's this one, making it on blue or red to be even more cleaner. On lower time frames, what price did? One, two, three, many bounces on it. I don't know for how much long will it hold. For the moment, it's just bearish retesting. If we reclaim it, there is a possibility that we want to visit those lows here, but I don't know. Let's check. For the moment, it looks heavy. Market looks heavy. I might be wrong. I don't know. Let's see. I want to see reclaim of this zone here before longing anything, or take out those lows. We will see what we get first. As you can see, on the moment, rejection on the again rejection on the Monday's low. This is confluent with last week's low. Next, Ethereum, based on liquidity, I wanted to see those highs here taken out, or this low time frame fair value gap, rejection on it, maybe even higher, and come back, take all those lows here, maybe even those. But I don't know. Market did not have the power to move that way, to take out the highs first before coming down. So let's see what we get based also on Bitcoin to make them correlated. Let's see where Bitcoin bounces. If we get a good bounce on Bitcoin, I think Ethereum is gonna attack here and target the highs here because of the Ethereum BTC pair, which looks kind of strong. Looks kind of it wants to go even higher. For the moment, Ethereum BTC pair is working on a range. So do not overcomplicate things. Range high and mid-range, range low. What do we have? If we get close above here, big possibility that we take out those highs. Let's make it on a dash line, and even 6780 zone. If we get close under the zone, big probability that we're gonna attack those equal lows here. It's simple enough. For the moment, it looks like it's in the accumulating range. That's why I'm saying that it looks stronger. Also on weekly, it's still sitting on the 3-day order block that I have been mentioning last streams. Also, we have a bullish pattern, kind of a falling wedge one. That if we get on the midterm I'm talking about, it's way far away this zone, but bullish for Ethereum and altcoins would be if when we get above this macro mid-range, also the breakout of the trend line. But we will see that on the weeks and months that are coming apart. Bitcoin dominance on the macro support area, still consolidating above it for as long as it holds above here. Got to be cautious on altcoins. That's why I'm for the moment I don't know. I'm indecisive. I don't have a clean view because as BTC is an accumulation zone, also Bitcoin dominance is consolidating above the broken macro accumulation. breakout, and we will see. We will see what market is gonna give us the days and weeks coming. Ethereum on short term, Ethereum. Let's see what we get. Same as Bitcoin. Sorry. Key support zone, which was flipped as resistance now because of the bearish test here. See what they did. Highs taken, highs left here, not taken. Full of liquidity. This zone 1900 zone. I don't know if we're gonna go there, but we will see. Liquidity stays. It's in the both sides. It's full because we have lows here, lows here, lows here, as I have been mentioning on the low streams. Highs here left. So let's see which side market wants to take out first. On short term Ethereum, this zone here, just to be clean enough, it's an mid zone between this one and this one here. Considering it as mid, as a first take profit on if we have a breakdown. So key resistance area on the short term. Let's mark out the prices just to be more accurate. Okay, good. And the key support area. Sorry, this one making it on red. So it's clean enough for Ethereum. If we get, okay, like this. If I'm saying if we get acceptance above this zone here, targeting this zone. If we get acceptance under here, this would give me an confirmation of a real breakdown because we are breaking down of the upside trend line. Also, we are breaking down of the range low support on short term. This would be my trigger here. Invalidation would be easy. Close back above the zone, and I'm targeting first those lows, second those lows here, and the third target would be this big mid-range, even here if Bitcoin doesn't want to stop at the macro support zone. If we get close above this zone, I'm gonna long it with first target this high here. Second target is the range high and probably the final target. Invalidation of the long setup would be close back under. That would provide us a bearish power of 3 with accumulation, manipulation or fake out, deviation, short trigger, expansion. On short term, this is clean enough. Let's talk about a macro context. Also on the liquidity where it stands. Macro context, well, you see even on short term, you see this pattern here, and I don't know, it doesn't feel bullish to me. What what if we repeat this thing again? Let's let's look at it. Okay. Would you be prepared for this? I'd say. Well, market really knows to play out. So, sorry. So I wouldn't be surprised if anything like this happens. I don't know. 25k level has been tested so many times. I don't know if that's gonna hold or not. I'm gonna be longing 25 250 if I see a good reaction, but let's see. Macro context. Nothing has changed on macro as for the last streams. Key resistance area. We now know even the prices. We remember them. Key support area, taking it with wicks and body candles. On lower time frame, let's mark the range low and the mid range where it standard. It comes around to this zone, making it on blue or green, whatever. I don't use exactly the highs, lows, and mid on the ranges. I use them on the way that price has respected it and has acted as a support resistance area. You see everything is connected on the 20k price zone. Macro, I don't know. I have stated the key level zones in my opinion. Range high, mid range, range low, key resistance area. Above this zone, I might be calling that the bottom is in, I don't know yet. But I would target this zone. Second, I would target this as macro mid-range because range high of here. Okay, here as mid-range and even the 52k highs. I don't know. Also under this zone, if we get acceptance under this zone, first target is here, as I mentioned also on the short term that fill all those inefficiency here. But let me just make it an interesting chart here, marking out the key areas. I want to mark them out on I don't know what color. Let's leave it like this. It will be clean enough in my opinion. So let me just find an just a second. I'm finding an interesting chart that I've found up. There is a big probability that it can play out. Two different charts for two different setups. Also leaving the other chart here. Just a second. Okay, back again. First chart, ICT model. ICT model. Marking out this zone here. Let's make also the colors right. Second zone. I don't know for you, but in my opinion, price has played exactly this way. And the third zone now is this zone here. I'm moving this resistance area for now at all. So, this is a really interesting setup. I don't know if it's gonna play out like this, but it has a big probability. If and what would confirm here? You see here, breakdown, retest, continuation downside. Breakdown, retest, retest can be on this whole zone here. continuation downside, distribution here, again, distribution here. I don't know if I don't know if we're gonna go towards the range low. Yes, I know that the fractals says that this low is gonna be even lower than this one. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but if we get acceptance acceptance under this zone here, in my opinion, this one there is a big possibility that can play out. Bearish retest here, continuation to the mid-range, dead cat bounce. If we get close under here, again under macro mid-range, that provides the second breakout that has been talked here, and price continues towards the range low. I don't think that fractals work out on crypto or anything that you trade, but you can get based on them. It might give you a good view of the trend, how it works. Also, there is a second chart that I'm about, second pattern, let's say, that I'm about to share is this one here. I don't know for you, but this looks like a double top Adam and Eve for me. Where does the confirmation comes? Um, I I think that we might be. I'm just saying that we might be using this key zone here as confirmation for the breakdown, making it on red. So if we get acceptance on the 25k downside bearish retest confirmed or not, and let's continue towards the macro mid range. But I'm not using this 25k. To be more accurate, to be more confirmed, I'm using this whole zone here. As I talked, 24.2, 24.3 zone. Everything key. That's the key support area that has to be held and not broken if you want to be bullish for potentially even one bounce, filling this inefficiency here, even though I think it's filled with that wick, but maybe an head and shoulders pattern and they break down if it's given, or no breakdown at all. It doesn't mean that necessarily it has a breakdown, but if we get close under this 24.3 zone, even on lower time frames, I'm gonna be pretty bearish. That would mean, in my opinion, both sides deviation. Ethereum on macro context, I don't know, it looks like history to get repeated. The key, what I'm watching is this trend line here. If we get a breakdown of it, let's mark out the highs, range high, range low, and macro mid range. Leaving this one on black. Okay, good. And macro mid range, taking out of this as high, this one here as low. Where does macro mid comes? Comes on this key as our level. Let's mark the prices. Good enough. So Ethereum macro context, I want also to mark out this zone here as macro range quarter and this zone as macro range quarter. I don't know if I've posted it on my Twitter account or not. I shared with my colleagues and my friends who we trade together that for as long as Ethereum holds under 1,700 level, in my opinion, it's gonna be bearish. And yet, what we did bearish retested. So this hard rejection, bearish retest, sorry, makes me think that there is a higher probability that we're gonna break down of this trend line. And first target here, get acceptance here. First target would be this lows, and second target would be the range quarter here. But I don't want to talk with probabilities. I want to talk with confirmations. Where does our confirmation comes? When weekly closes under this trend line and starts to break down. Invalidation would be, I'm not saying reclaim of the trend line, but yet the invalidation for a bullish scenario or midterm move for Ethereum would be close above this zone here, which would open the gates for another target of the range highs. For as long as we are under this key zone here, in my opinion, also this is a double top for Ethereum, and the probability rises for a trend line breakdown, targeting macro mid-range, range quarter, and maybe I have never ruled out that Ethereum cannot take those lows. Yes, it can take, and in my opinion, on the next 3 to 6 months. I don't know exactly. I'm just predicting it that on the next months, uh, it's gonna come towards those lows here and those lows here. Maybe form a kind of a double bottom on macro context. You see, even monthly has closed bearish. Even monthly we are under key as our level, which would be around 1,655 US dollars. On macro context, I want also to talk about dollar index. I gave you the exactly bottom on it when I said that if we get close above 102, 100.2, that would be a bullish deviation liquidity taking of dollar, and that would be rallying upside. What did price do? Came break out of this key resistance trend line. It bullish retested moves, and we are now, the way I see this one, it's macro range high, macro range low. Why? Because breakdown, bearish retest, deviated bearish retest, range low, range high, bullish deviation, bullish retest, now the breakout. This is a both side deviation, deviation here and deviation here. We are now, for the moment, fixed above the key range high. Also today we bullish retested this breakout. In my opinion, this is a very bullish retest. Why very bullish? Because big reaction, good reaction, didn't even wicked under it. Good reaction, and now it's at the key zone. I talked about this 105 zone also on my Twitter and my Telegram, because overall, even if we do not consider this as key as our level, it's a psychological level 105. If we get acceptance above here, I don't think that dollar is gonna stop here. In my opinion, it's gonna move really fast and target those highs here, which also is as works as our level. I talked about it, and now for as long as it holds the 104.4, I'm bullish on dollar index. I've been bullish since here, but I'm more bullish here, and even more if we get acceptance above 105. If we get acceptance above 105, for as long as we hold this whole zone here, for as long as it's hold and we not get a breakdown of it, first target and the second target, third target would be those two zones here. Above that, we'll see when that happens. If it happens, I'm not gonna say that it's gonna happen for sure. Total breaking down again. I talked about this one on Telegram, if I'm correct. Support, 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 breakdown, bearish, bearish, bearish. Now it's breaking down of this, let's call it uptrend, support trend line. It's breaking down, and in my opinion, for as long as we are under this zone here and breaking down of the trend line, there is big probability that we're gonna visit 1 trillion or 980 billion dollars market cap. I would not like to see price close under 1 trillion because if you have noticed, every time that price crosses on a level like, let's say, 30k or 25k, 20k, 1 trillion dollars market cap, there is always news like crypto market total market cap has crossed under 1 trillion. That spreads panic. That's gonna make people even more selling. Weak hands, not strong hands, but weak hands who are emotional traders or emotional holders of the coins. I don't know what exactly to tell them. If they see news like this, the same like here. ETF news, Grayscale won against the SEC. It doesn't even matter. Same news were here, if I'm correct. Future ETF applications, not yet approved, but applications. After that, we saw that the ETF applications were all delayed and none of them is approved yet. What if they are declined? What is gonna happen with price? It's gonna be pretty panic on the markets. So now total market cap is breaking down. Also on macro context, it's on the macro mid-range. This one gives. Let's clean up this short-term resistance and support area. On short-term, let me just make a chart here. Put a chart, just a second. This one on short-term also looks like this. I don't know if you agree with me, but in my opinion, it looks like this. It looks like an Adam and Eve pattern, double top, sitting on a macro range that if we get close under 1 trillion, that is gonna open the gates for price to come macro. You see, 3 days candle out makes it even more cleaner. Let's just fix this support area here. Makes it even more cleaner. It looks even more inverted Adam and Eve double top pattern. If we get close under 975 billion dollars on a higher time frame, I think the price is gonna come towards the macro range low and even this zone here where we deviated. Also in total 2, that total 2 sitting on a macro mid level 0.5. If we get for as long as we are under it, there is a big possibility we attack this SR level. And if Bitcoin really wants to break down, as we see altcoins, most of them are at the all-time low on most source. I'm not saying that all time low, but on most Binance source are at the lowest points. So altcoins are pretty weaker compared to Bitcoin, and there is a big possibility that price can come and take all those lows here left, something like this, depression phase, and rally up on the next cycle. That's not something that market cannot do. So every time be prepared for the worst. Do not get overexposed. Do not get caught overexposed. Uh, yes, I've been talking about a possible deviation here. Liquidity taken out this zone. What price did bearish tested and dumped pretty heavily for the next 3 weeks. 2 weeks recovery. Where did price reject it again? Same zone. Now dumping really hard. In my opinion, there is not. The question is not about if, but when. I think that SPX is gonna come out and fill this gap here. First of all, let's first target but I'm also monitoring a possible. First of all, I'm gonna use this uptrend uptrend trend line here, and second, let me just check it. This one, I don't know, it doesn't look good. It looks like an head and shoulders pattern, but not quite head and shoulders. I'm gonna leave this zone here as support level, but I don't think that it's gonna hold because I don't know. Let's see. If this zone doesn't hold, in my opinion, price is gonna come towards this region of an Azor level, making it like this. Let's make it blue and this one on black. Okay, good. If we get close under here, that would confirm the breakdown of the trend line, also the breakdown of this support, bearish pattern. I don't know if that's gonna stop with filling this gap and bounce. I think that there is a big probability that price gonna come towards 4200. But we will see when price comes towards this zone. For as long as we do not break this key zone here, I think that price is gonna come and revisit the support zone. Next, some altcoins I want to talk about. Arbitrum looks like it's breaking down. On Arbitrum, there is an interesting level that I'm looking at. It's this 91 cents level. If we deviate here and reclaim this level here, to make it even more confident is also the reclaim of this key as our level here, 94 cents. Close above here, I'm swing long on Arbitrum. First target would be this zone 1.5 cents. Second target, and even those highs here as the third and final target. But my trigger is clean. It's only if we get a deviation fixed above 91 cents. First target is this zone here, or even if we get fixed above this 94 cents, that would give me more confirmation that price is gonna rally towards this zone as the first one. BNB, I think that CZ and Binance is in really deep problems. If we lose this macro range low support, 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 support. If weekly closes under 210, in my opinion, we will see panic on the markets, many bearish news about Binance, uh, because that Binance has to protect the BNB in some way, because as you see on the left side, there is no serious support at all, full of inefficiency. If we get breakdown here, that this zone here would be the first target. On weekly and 3-day charts, you see you cannot find any support there. If we go to daily, the first support zone that we can possibly consider it is 138 zone and $74. Call it OB, order block, or whatever you want to call it. But if we get close under 210 zone, let's say 200 zone, which would also play out as a psychological support zone. If we get close under it, that would give, in my opinion, that would give pretty big problems for Binance. Uh, Next chart is dot. Same chart as total 2 and the BTC that I talked on it. Inversed Adam and Eve, or call it inverse cup and handle pattern. Cup and handle. confirmation. In my opinion, it's confirmed right now because we are under key as our level. For as long as the Polkadot holds under 4.37 level, in my opinion, it's gonna come towards this key level here, which comes 391, even 3.8 zone. Close under that, and in Binance uh, we do not have history, big history. So I'm just gonna use this zone here as an order block. Possibly, if we get close under this zone, this would be the main buy area or the accumulation zone. Hello Zabax, hello brother. How are you doing? Yes, and we all know that CZ not long time ago used some funds, some around 1 billion funds that he had, sorry, misspoken, buying BTC and Ethereum. And if we get close on BTC, on BNB, sorry, if we get close under that key zone, I'm not spreading FUD or anything, but I'm just saying that there's a big possibility that he's gonna play out just like Dakwon played with Luna, selling his bitcoins, maybe his Ethereums to hold BNB price, and that would cause a chaotic event on the crypto market. I have said, and I'm gonna repeat that if there is gonna be an catastrophic happening on a crypto market that's gonna make the capitulation candle, in my opinion, is gonna be the BNB breakdown. BNB breakdown is gonna spread the catastrophic and it's gonna give us the capitulation candle. OP, I talked about OP on the last stream. If I'm not, I wouldn't say shorted because as we know, CZ has a great mind. He's, in my opinion, hate it or love it, he's a genius. What he has done for the crypto world, he is a genius. Together with Vitalik, he is a genius. But I wouldn't short it because, as you see, every time BNB is in real troubles, from zero he comes with an idea with any coin launchpad, which makes BNB launchpad on BNB chain, which makes BNB bounce 4, 5%, maybe 6, and even higher. That would make you take a loss or even liquidate. Or he, I don't know, that comes with a magic trick, as he usually comes when BUSD got when Paxos Treasury was not allowed anymore to mint BUSD. He came with the idea of TUSD. They stopped him minting TUSD. He came with the idea of BUSD. As you can see, today I saw an announcement. Let me just check if I saw it correctly. I'm not sure. Just a second. Uh, I saw some. Yeah, Binance adds Doge FDUSD, Sol FDUSD. I don't know what this stable coin is. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know about it, but he comes always with a magic trick and maybe takes you out. So it's a high risk short. You can take it normally, managing your risk. If you know how to manage the risk correctly, every trader has no really can trade every coin it wants. It just has to be the proper risk management. OP, I shared this one on Twitter and Telegram. I don't know if I talked about it on the last live stream. I talked about a possible breakdown of this trend line and lose this key as our level, bearish retested, bearish retested. This was my trigger here. I mentioned it on my deposit I talked about OP. Now 3.3% down. If anyone took it, stops are at the break even. I personally didn't took it because I was on other trades and my risk management didn't allow me to take this one. But if you took it, congratulations, stops at break even. First target those lows, second target those lows here, and the third target is would be this as our level. OP is one of the coins that I want to accumulate on for the next bull run. Zones that I want to accumulate are those lows here and even those two prices where I'm gonna DCA. Two more shorts and we are done. This shitcoin, this Dino coin hasn't pumped in a while. I'm looking at the weekly and it has a really beautiful structure. If weekly confirms a breakout of this trend line, possibility for a 15 to 22% move. If we get acceptance above this green area, it also gives you a move 20 to 22%. So keep this on your watch list and observe it. If you have confirmation on the breakout, I'm gonna be a buyer with stop loss potentially under those lows here. I don't know. I will update it on my channels when the time comes. And the I don't know. Yeah, the last chart is Tron TRX weekly uptrend key resistance area which became support. Now what is price doing? It's consolidating under this uh, resistance area. I'm calling it for now because no confirmation yet. That until the daily close, this might come down and close under it. Would not confirm the break out, but if we get a breakout of here on the daily time frame, breakout of the zone here, I'm gonna be a buyer or I'm gonna long it. Depends on how I'm gonna manage the risk. If validation would be closed back under, if you cannot observe it and set alerts, I would place my stop loss under today's low, which comes around this zone, and targets are on chart. First target, second target, and even this zone here as a big target. I have an opinion that Justin Tron is gonna launch any news because chart looks like it's gonna Tron wants to explode. It looks kind of like, let me just check. Let me just check this shitcoin here. Yes, as you can see, it looked like kind of this before the big move upside. Well, that was a hell of a move. 200%, wow. So, I'm not saying that Tron is gonna move 200%, but this short, in my opinion, is pretty bullish. If we get a confirmed breakout, it's gonna blow off in a big upside move if Bitcoin doesn't ruin the party. So always manage your risk and check on Bitcoin. And another short, which is important. I don't know if I have it here. Yes, USDT dominance break out of this resistance area. So look at this USDT dominance chart here, resistance. Look at this Tron chart here. It's kind of the same setup. Breakout, rally. Consolidation, breakout. Is it gonna repeat the same thing again with one candle like this? I don't know. This is an macro resistance area, macro range high, deviated. Also, in my opinion, it has broken out of a symmetrical triangle pattern, which is a bullish pattern. Yes, I will take it now. check it now, which is a bullish pattern for as long as USDT dominance holds above the 8% zone and holds the trend line breakout. In my opinion, it's gonna go and visit this 8.5, 8.7 zone. Above that, highs here and highs here are pretty clean to be taken out. Remember that every time that USDT dominance pumps, market goes the reverse way. AR USDT, well, I have had, looks like I've had an short about it and played out really well. I had two big opportunities of shorting. I don't know what, I haven't observed this one. And now that I'm seeing it, I'm kind of pissed off because look at how many rejections. Interesting. Key liquidity area here. Looking at this way. Deviation. Let's check it on lower time frames. Key SR level. Also this one here. Let's mark out the prices. So, in my opinion, marking those prices here and leaving alerts on this potentially if we get those lows taken out. On lower time frame, we have this support trend line. If we get a breakdown of this support trend line, I think that we're gonna attack those lows here. If not, if we reclaim this key as our level and get a bullish deviation here after the first one here, this is the, in my opinion, is the real one. First target, those highs here. Second target would be this key as our level, and maybe the full target, real long or rebuy if gets close above here, targeting here. So the only way that I'm gonna buy or long the AR USDT is gonna be if we reclaim the zone here, or if we take out those lows, I'm gonna wait for the reaction of it. Is everything clean? So this is it. Thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you for the support. Remember, one more time, remember about the giveaway that I'm about to announce on the BTCC exchange with the lowest fees, one of the oldest leverage exchange on the crypto market based on the London, on the UK, one with the lowest fees and the easiest usage on the market. If you use BTCC, always do your own research, but since I have been using it, I haven't had any problems with it. Also, it's gonna be one of the rules that I'm gonna announce of the giveaway. You need to be registered with my referral link that I have shared. Long time for the AR. I don't know. I have no information on the fundamentals about it. No, it doesn't need. For the verification, it's one of the easiest verifications you can do on it. if it's restricted on your country where you are, any of you, is if it's restricted, you can use it easily using a VPN. I personally use it using a VPN, and it well, I haven't had any problems with it yet, and I really like using it. For the AR, once again, I have no fundamental knowledge about it. I don't know about the project supply, what it has about, so I don't know exactly what to talk about it. The referral link to use, it's gonna be placed down on the description on this live stream when the live stream ends. And yes, we have came to the end of this live stream. As soon as I close it, the description and the referral link is gonna be there. Also, if you want to find it more easily, you can. My referral link is posted on my Telegram channel on the partnership announcement. I would really appreciate if anyone uses it and trades on the BTCC exchange. And thank you for the support. Thank you everyone who tuned in. Always remember that everything shared on this channel, it's not a financial advice always, but always do your own research. And this is it. Thank you and have a good week. Peace.